here for a sound effect. Yeah. Crystal Marie. Alicia.
Lights low, bass hit, truth in the room. Whispers get loud when we break through. Lights low, bass hit, truth in the room. Whispers get loud when we break through. This is reality with Crystal Marie. Hot takes, good vibes, come sit with me. Secret stories, truth on repeat. Pull up, tune in, feel that beat. No filter, no shade, just a story. Reality with Crystal Marie. Sound effect. Yeah. Crystal Marie. Reality. Let's go. Basic truth in the room. Whispers get loud when we break through. This is reality with Crystal Marie. Hot takes, good vibes, come sit with me. Secret stories, truth on repeat. Pull up, tune in, feel that beat. No filter, no shade, just a story. Reality with Crystal Marie. Reality with Crystal Marie. Earport sound effect. Yeah. Crystal Marie.
Wait, I gotta shut it off. Hold on. Okay. Happy Friday. Thanks for joining me. Late, but here. And nobody probably even noticed, but we are going to talk Real Housewives of Orange County. Can you guys hear and see me okay? Because I got a couple comments the other day that when me and Lee were on that nobody could hear me. And they're like, I was kind of embarrassed for you. I was like, so if I'm not talking loud enough or clear enough, just let me know, please. Really, like, because I listened to it back and it sounded fine to me. So I don't know. Is that too bright? It's a really bright green, isn't it? Oh, that's why. There we go. That's why. It's usually not like that. There we go. Right now. Okay. Anyway, I thought this was a good episode, by the way. Super good. Okay. I thought it was a good episode. I'm waiting for ChatGPT to pull up my recap for me for Orange County. But I thought I liked this episode. We're gonna watch the for the mid-season trailer. Yeah, not my last live. It was not this one, it was the one before that. But like if at any time, like if anybody comes up on the stage and I don't sound like I don't know if it like starts to sound like it's not. Besides the fact that him and I cannot stop interrupting each other, but I mean, full disclosure, we're on the phone 24/7 usually, and we're like that in real life. So, I mean, we understand each other. It's just I know it's annoying for other people. I was really bad the other day. I was like flipping out. I was like, remember I was screaming about the case and stuff. Like yelling at him. That's the quietest I've ever seen him get. But hey, Dustin. Would you like the link, Dustin? I'll send it to your Insta. Talking about Orange County, but we can check a couple minutes first because ChatGPT is doing my recap real quick. And I saw that the finale did air for the McBee Dynasty, and I saw that like Galena had some like cut on her head, but apparently she went after Stephen Jr.'s car. Like that is the second time she's destroyed their property. Like I would never take her back. Like I don't, and I hope they don't because that's ridiculous. Like I know the dad's home now, or probably home in like a week. I would not. That would be like, you know what? Good riddance. Like that was the way I got rid of you. If that's how I had to get rid of you, then good riddance. Like that would be my excuse to never bring her back. Because not only does she like not, she's never there. Apparently, you saw like when Christy was there, Christy was trying to explain to her like you need to like step it up or be here more, and she was like not even. She didn't even like take it seriously. It's like why are you out doing Bravo? Who the fuck are you? You're nobody. Like you're like no offense, Galena, you're nobody. To be honest with you, like just let's get right in. I gave Willie the link. I don't know if he's with Leah tonight. He likes some of these other guys. I don't know, like Dustin or Manny. All right, Dustin, I just sent to you. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, I thought it was such a good episode. So I just want to wait for more people to get in, but let's see ChatGPT. Oh yeah, Galena and McBee. I was like, she really did go after his car. But remember, she went after like the ducks and stuff when Steve Senior got with that girl, the girl he's with now, Millie. I don't like her so much either. That is crazy. And like I don't know. Do you think they do that just for like the show? Because I feel like sometimes like their drama is just a little manufactured. Like, oh we might have to sell the car washes. And then he's in an interview, right, with those girls, and he's like, no, we didn't sell the car washes. Like looking like what a stupid question. Like, what are you gonna do? But that was the manufactured drama that you like sold us on. That and the whole Stephen Jr. having an affair with Allie. Allie, the pregnant brother's wife, or not Allie, the one that does the tail illusion. You know what I mean? That rumor is a little stupid. Like I don't know. I mean, and the fact that she allegedly got pregnant with Steve Jr.'s baby, and Christy made her get a DNA test. Which could you ever see Christy even doing that? Thank you, babe. We will do that. But like to say that Christy made her get a DNA test and then she got rid of the baby because it wasn't Cole's, and it's like that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Galena left the chicken coop. Yeah, yep. And the foxes got in. Yep. Yep. That's how Teresa's chickens got eaten too. Well, it wasn't it was the foxes. Oh yeah, the foxes there too. Yeah, and she thought the dogs did it. That's how stupid she is. We have lots of foxes around here. New Jersey's full of fox. But I just think like yeah, she did that, and didn't she like smash the house too? And then she also, oh no, that was the other girlfriend that crashed Galena's car, but it wasn't really Galena's car; it was the car they let her drive. And like, do I think that he put Christy in charge to get Christy back? Yeah, obviously, it was just so too. Actually, more drama. You know what I mean? But it's like the beginning of this season. Now think about this. The beginning of this, beginning of this season, they were dropping him off. So yeah, it was filmed 2 years ago, almost. Or maybe he only spent a year. Because wouldn't they usually just do it? They would air it a year later, so it would be like a year ago. I'll stop playing with my hair too. Thank you. Oh my god. Oh, I was gonna say, oh, dude, there was a bear around here. It was caught swimming in a swimming pool. It was a bear and its baby, two babies, and they were swimming in somebody's built-in swimming pool. It was so cute. All right, let's see. Which let's see the chat. I do sound okay. Like I was so upset. This person was like really rude about it. I was like, I can't tell her that either. Because sometimes I don't know if we are interrupting each other or we just don't hear each other. I don't know. Somebody said before on his live, like I barely speak English because I talk so fast, which I think I'm talking slow right now. And I told them if I talk slower, I sound like I had a stroke. Or if I sit on my hands and not touch my hair, I can't speak. But okay. So let's start. I'll be able to hear Dustin come in if he comes in, but I'm not going to see the chat. Let's look at it through here. I'll check it out. All right, keep up. Oh, so Steve Jr.'s home. Or senior. Oh, you know, Jen Shaw came home today, by the way. She did a photo shoot. It is also her, and it looks like it's her and Coach's anniversary too. There's a lot of like OC shorts and stuff, so okay. All right, I'm gonna watch the chat. Oh my god, I don't have the community old chat filter on. Okay, I can see myself. Okay. Also, if you're new, you're not. Well, I don't think you're new. If you're watching the replay crew, because I'm getting a lot of views lately, which is good. Please hit the like button, subscribe button. Losing subscribers somehow. I don't know how, but also my cash is linked. Not it should be linked. Hold on. Cash App, Super Chats. And if you were asking, also you can join the membership. Any way to support the channel because oops. George puts me on a budget and I need things. We're also live on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. And I just realized that I didn't turn Instagram on. And that's why the views are okay. There we go. Now the views should all be okay. Now we're all set. Yep, Jen Shaw's there. Can you believe that bitch is home already? I'm like, why? I don't want to know. I don't want to see her home. But happy Friday, everyone. Yeah, so we're live. Oh, that. Yes. Okay. So I can shut you down now. Right? Yeah. And StreamYard, we're good. And okay. Mamir, if you can you see as many Real Housewives of Orange County shorts or not shorts or any that you can find? Or like I know that like, the mid-season trailer came out and all that. Can you send it to me in email? I get a chance. What I'm doing there. Okay. So recap and I'm gonna watch from the side. F Jen Shaw. I know, right? And Chris is so blind. I have to make it bigger. Oh god. We have to make this bigger. I can't say. On it. You're the best. I'm just gonna pretend I can say it. So the party. So basically, Heather is the one who's getting like shit. And they say pile on. It's not really a pile on. Now I'm looking down at you guys. At least like you're down there or something. A pile on. It's not really a pile on. But they all kind of like go after Heather for a little bit. But I think it's a little ridiculous. But they were just in Vegas, and Heather was really defending Carmela against Vicky, which she deserved it. Like she needed to be. Vicky told her she was a bad mom and that she leaves her mom. So we also meet Danny in this episode too, by the way, which is Carmela's boyfriend, and I like him. Yeah, Emily and Tamara say that Heather hasn't always been this supportive of Carmela, whatever her name is. And according to Emily, like Heather had made some like really bad comments about Carmela behind her back after she had stuck up for her, saying that she doesn't belong here, or she's not going to be able to hack it here, or something like that. They want to call her out. Jen gets involved. So it's Emily and Tamra and then Jen all talking about Heather, and how Heather, and Shannon also talking about Heather, how Heather's like Miss Snooty, and that she's always like, she has to always have the best room. Like, that's just dumb shit, stupid shit. But they're all going to talk to her about it, right? But like, when they all should have been, like, literally all should have been sticking up for with Carmela when it came to Vicky, because that was disgusting. And but she said that Carmela, she can't hack it, she shouldn't be, or something like that. But the mid-season trailer shows Heather later telling Carmela, I didn't feel like you belonged in the group, or something like that. And she's like, I might have used the word trashy. So I guess eventually it's going to be Heather and Carmela arguing, I guess. But I guess we're going to see the trailer. So like I said, Emily later on, she confronts Heather about what she sees as a larger pattern, she says, of like behavior. And her argument essentially is that Heather needs to be the center of attention, like I said, walking in the front of everybody, positioning herself in the center, and making situations about herself. And then Heather's like, that's a good point. She's like, but Emily, you do the same thing. And then, I think the Bravo editors decided to like show a clip. They showed a clip of like Emily repeatedly standing in the middle of all the group pictures, undercutting, like doing the same exact thing that she does to what she just said about Heather. So basically the Bravo executives don't like Heather or Emily. But I mean, if I'm going to say, I mean, I would be on Heather's side with this one, because I don't like the way Emily like thinks that. I mean, as much as I'm starting to really like, I think Emily looks good this season. She's just weird the way that she acts. Like, she just acts like you can't like take her seriously, because she's like, I'm so used to her actually being with Gina all the time. With Gina all the time, but it's like, let's see what you guys are saying. Oh yeah. Yeah, Robert was here earlier too. But yeah, it was like also Tamra and hold on. Came back to the chat. Oh, and Heather too. So Tamra has her own issue with Heather. She says, like, basically, she says, bringing up, she brings up Heather comparing Tamra's behavior to Tamra's father, especially like how she blows up publicly and how frightening it could feel. And that's what Heather says. And I mean, Tamra clearly considered it extremely personal line, and she should have never said that. And Tamra's like, certainly childhood wounds, we don't know about all that, but like, as someone who has trusted you with that information, using that apparent to hurt them as a comparison during an argument can make you feel like it's below the belt. Oh, thank you. And like Heather said, she's like, I wasn't necessarily insulting Tamra's father. She's like, just to hurt Tamra. She's like, but it's describing behavior as a pattern that Tamra's repeating, and that's the bigger problem. But to Heather's point, maybe she shouldn't involve Tamra's dad. I don't know. So then they have to go. They're going to Carmela's pool party, and it's in Rancho Santa Fe. Sorry, and her kid's going to be there, and Annie. Oh, you hadn't. You did. Did you already go with Tara? Thanks for showing up anyway. I hope you're all right. But it's like its own little storyline in this house, apparently. Like, Carmela lives approximately like 3 exits past the moon. It says 3 exits past the moon. It's like a 2-hour drive, apparently. It's very, very housewife set up. Flowers in the pool, swan floats. like drinking, kids around the pool, the whole production. You know how they are. Very housewifey. So yeah, she introduces everybody to Danny, which we'll see a clip about. I have some clips. And then I don't like this at all. So then like Gina and them are like, oh, we feel weird being around Danny and being so like, since we know so much about him. And it's like, yeah, they probably made Carmela tell everything that she knew about like, or everything in her life up to that, you know what I mean? So then you use it against her and be like, oh, like if you dare say anything to him, like I would be so pissed off. But I think she does. Doesn't like Gina, don't they show her saying something to him? Like, so when's the last time you cheated on her? Or something like that. I don't know. Or was that part of the part we saw, but he wasn't there? We thought he was. But, he's kind of short, but he's cute. And so they're all at the pool party, and Vicky shows up, and they have to basically talk friends and be nice to Carmela. But then also another thing too that I didn't like, but you can tell it's from the ladies. Carmela had already talked to Vicky about how she like felt about the way she was treating her, and Vicky apologized. But then all of a sudden, we go home and the apology is good enough. And it's like they always do it. They move the goalpost, and it's like that's a production thing. You have to pretend to be mad at Vicky still, because you guys always have to have another conversation about it. Like it can never just be dropped, and you know that about these housewives. It's always like that. Like you say you're forgiven, and then again they did bring up again and again and again. It's like, well, I thought about it, like they did with Vicky and Teresa. Like on the boat, Teresa didn't say one word to Vicky about the way that like Vicky was like, pay your taxes, pay your taxes, pay your taxes, until like the next day. And all the other housewives are like, they had already told her it was ignorant, but then and then Teresa's like, well, I thought about it. No, Teresa, you just don't know. You're just dumb. You're just stupid. You're stupid. Like you don't catch on. Me, on the other hand, like I know instantly you fucking offended me, and I'm not waiting till tomorrow to tell you about it. But yeah, they're all at the pool party. It's pretty cool. I mean, her house is really nice. And she works for Oppenheimer. I'm like, so Vicky, what are you talking about? She's not like established of anything. She works for Oppenheimer. She's also a realtor, not just a developer, or not just a house flipper. Like she has a real job. And Vicky, like so yeah, Heather's like, well, I think it's Max is going to be going to college, and she's going to help her find an apartment for her. And I know they're just renting it, but I know Heather would end up buying the kid an apartment if she needed it. But like again, Jen was getting Jen was going to work for Carmela, basically being her slave, or I don't know what, but like she was going to pay her $21,000 or something like that. And it's like, I don't know, like why doesn't Jen just go work for Oppenheimer? Is Jen like a realtor or something? I don't know. Or get your realtor's license, Jen. I don't know. But I mean, we know what Ryan does. I'm pretty sure he still is. I mean, once a bookie, always a bookie. Or a snitch. Because, again, how did you get out of that trouble, sir? Your best friend, who was Otani, the baseball player's best friend, or manager, was gambling all his money away. And I did it. So it's like, either you snitched, or you be going to prison. But, so then Vicky and Shannon have a talk, right? So talking about finances, because Shannon apparently, I mean, her finances, what was it like? It wasn't that much a month. It was a lot less than I thought. Like her apartment or her house is $10,500 a month, which, I mean, I think for where they're at, like that's not a lot. Think about it. Like, remember in Miami how they were $40,000 a month? When Alexia was having to find another place, $40,000 a month. $40,000 a month. So, I mean, I think Shannon's been in this house a while too. Shannon's like, I like my house. But I mean, apparently, because, Vicky has like 3 homes, and she obviously owns Codo Insurance, and she's been saving, and she does all kinds of like, she's a financial planner, which is cool. if anybody's gonna do my financial planning, it's gonna be Vicky, you know. But Shannon has to cut back on her spending. They show this weird scene with Vicky, basically saying like maybe she's not in love with the guy she's with. That's the way I took it anyway. And but yeah, they go like Vicky's doing her finances, and Shannon has to fill like this form, and it's like, you know, how much she spends here or there, and it's like Shannon. Remember, she also just paid John like 60 grand loan, and oh, and Emily and Shane too. The whole Emily and Shane of it all. Now, this is a weird thing. This is a weird conversation too. And we know Shane's job is to be home and to be Emily's husband. That's what his job is, Emily's husband. And but he has money, and but apparently he misses working. But he also doesn't have. He did just get his real estate license there. I'm sorry. He passed the bar in California. At first, he wasn't even taking the bar. So like I don't know what he was doing besides studying, but like he's basically mom, right? So he says so Emily can just go go out and do what she wants. Which I mean, if you're saying that her job is being a housewife, that's your job too. That's what like that's both her. She's not really working. Really. But he's like, you think it's really difficult. He was basically acting like the wife. And because they were out to like on a date night or something, and Shane's like, you know, Emily's like, what do you mean? I do appreciate you. I've been giving you sex lately, and like, so they start talking about this whole conversation about like, Shane's like, I need a break when you come home at night, and how do you think it feels when I make dinner and you don't even thank me, and like the wash is done and all this stuff, and like how he makes such an effort and she doesn't. And I was like, wow, interesting conversation. I would have probably zero respect for him at this point. No, exactly. um, yeah. So like also Emily's like I guess she's still like I don't know if she's still volunteering at the uh what's it called, the Innocence Project, but I don't know what else she could be doing. They only film 6 months out of the year, not even. It's a great conversation, but I don't think what could she possibly be doing besides gallivanting around. Like I know he gets the Bravo com with her, but it was a great conversation, but um and it turns out in the end with Heather though, oh my god. So like they all start saying something. I mean, she takes it well. Um, the complaints are ridiculous, basically. It's like I think they all need a storyline. I think piling on Heather because they need a storyline or something. I don't know. It's like standing in the center, walking ahead, ordering champagne. Come on, like really, these are all things that you all do. Pretty stupid. Um. Okay, yeah. So what's this? Oh, so Vulture. Oh, it's recap. Okay. All right. So let me get to. All right. So it's the season finale. I mean, the season finale, the mid-season finale. Chris, stop. Sorry. Thank you. Cool. Did you send me new stuff? About Brittany and Jax. Ooh. Cool. Fun. Okay. What is it? What? The mirror. I just saw it. I just saw what you sent me. just said, what the hell? Whoa. I just read what the Jackson Brittany. Oh. All right, so pay attention. I just lost what you sent me. Oh, I didn't. There it is. There it is. Okay. It's Caesar Killer. Bravo got me last time, but I fixed it. They don't even get me showing their stuff. They get me for like songs playing in the background, so it's not even them. Okay. And then, so this is the mid-season trailer. You feel bad for Sheen. How do you feel bad for Sheen?
She's feeling good about herself.
Still to come this season on The Real Housewives of Orange County.
Is Carmela here?
I just got your message. What's going on?
Are you serious? I went only a good fortune.
You're going senile. Are those testicles?
Was it something we said? No.
Oh my God, that is so cute.
Gina, maybe you're too bougie.
She lived in a casita.
I never lived in a f***ing casita.
I didn't feel like you belonged in our group. And I used the word she.
Jeez, Heather.
Alexis and John are here.
Keep my name out of your mouth, Alexis.
Oh, this is not fair.
You are so fucking hot, and Shane, he has insecurity, resentment.
She's feeling good about herself. Is she going to start looking elsewhere?
Presley's graduating. I'm still married. I don't know what I'm doing.
He said we're going to have a life plan.
Well, we're not talking about a life plan tonight, no.
On paper, everything looks perfect. In my heart, it's not.
Vicky, she said you were fake.
Bullshit. I'm so sick of you coming at me.
No,
I can do whatever the I want, Vicky.
If somebody said Travis was raising my kids, I would punch them in the face.
You could call me trashy. You cannot say things like that.
Girl.
Don't come for my kids. If you can't handle the heat, stay out of the f***ing kitchen.
I feel like I'm going to have a heart attack.
Wait, what just happened?
Oh my God. Vicky. Somebody pushed me. Who pushed me?
Like, what the fuck?
So much talk about the Tracy Amigas. It's interesting.
So, I didn't know there was an after show. So where would I watch it?
Interesting. Sophie's the one that came up with that name. We were in Punta Mita, and I said, what should we call our little group? And she said, why don't you call yourselves the Tracy Amigas? Which is sweet.
It was embarrassing to me.
The Tracy
Well,
Amigas?
Yes.
Stupid.
Oh my God.
They're such a stupid dance.
Tamara, Shannon, and I created a show together.
I want to announce or mention that the Tres Amigas will be in Phoenix on November 16th, and then you're going to be going on tour and announcing more dates.
We had fun with it, and the audience had fun with it.
The Tracy Amigas whole show and all that was not my idea. I was already busy enough. And then I found out how Shannon talked mad shit about me, and that was my excuse to get out.
Shannon and I decided to continue it, just her and I. I'm not sad that we're not doing it anymore.
Weird.
Things evolve in relationships. I'm not stuck on, oh my God, I need the Tracy Amigas back. I love both of them, and I think we can be together and just have fun, but know each other's boundaries,
Are we going to reunite and go on the road?
No.
I don't know if we'll ever be as close as we were in the past. I think there's a lot of damage that was done. Tamara and I are on a cycle. It's like we're good, then we're bad, then we're good, then it's exhausting. I think Tamara wants me to forget and move on, and I try, but then when she comes at me again or at somebody else again, really I realize it's just who Tamara is, and I have to accept it and love her for that.
Today, I think we're in a good place. And then I hear that she's making snide comments about me on social media. What way is the wind blowing today?
Maybe we got too close. I mean, we're just friends. We're not married to each other. So I think we're respectfully moved on from the hurt.
Dos amigas is mejor. That's better.
It's una amiga now.
Well, yeah, where are you? It's una amiga. Ahora.
My girlfriend friendships are not what they used to be 30 years ago. I was raising my kids. We all played bunco. Like, things were different. As I get older, I want quality friendships that I can trust, not
Vicky, you should know that when you're 40, though. You should know
There
that
is
when
no
you're 40, though.
Trace They have retired. Me and Heather have a new show.
We do?
Yes, I'm making it up.
Excellent.
Jenny Starr. Jenny Starr. I love her. I will look at Jenny Starr and just start laughing. I've always been a very strong supporter of Jen.
I knew Jen from my gym. She was a
Who's
member
Jenny
at my
Starr?
gym. I had recommended her
take care.
years ago when Bronwyn was brought on the show.
Okay.
And then a lot went down. And then there was a time where, you know, we didn't really talk. And next thing you know, she's on the show. And then we're butting heads and da-da-da.
For me to meet all these women through Tamara, and then Tamara and I to tank so bad. That was like super uncomfortable for a while. And then I started getting closer to the other women. And I, for the first time, felt like I'm close with these women. Like these other women are my girlfriends. So if Tamara and I move forward, I'm so happy. If we don't, it's okay. And to know that like we're still taking steps moving forward, I'm super grateful because we've done this like hamster wheel. We're like, we'll move forward and then we fall off and then we move forward and we fall off. And I have to tell you, it's been great. So far, so good.
I think that Jen has changed a lot since she started the show. She came in very passive, like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know why I'm here. And the person she is today, 180.
I think she's grown a lot.
She stopped burying her head.
Yeah. And also, I understand her better because
I don't
when
like
I first
Emily
met
as
her, I didn't
fucking
understand
extra.
how she could not understand what's going on in her business.
Right.
Or not know where money was coming from or not know that she was going to get evicted. Like, to me, that made no sense because I've never been coddled ever.
Yeah.
So we were two completely different people. But now I understand her better. And she understands me better.
Well,
And
no,
so we're in
horrible
a
they would
great
be.
place.
I
These
see
two.
you, Jen, is very driven and wanting to try new things. And I feel that you are very bright. Like you're beautiful. You've got great style.
I hate when
Like,
people call
you're
me
very
bright.
professional.
Jen, haven't known her very long. Jen's got a lot of kids, and I think she's trying to find her way right now on working and what she wants to do. And Ryan seems like he's successful and he's going to support her. So, you know what? I'm happy for her that she was able to find love again after divorce. That's the tough part when you get divorced is who's going to be in your life after that? Because most people don't want to be alone. But
She left
happy for her. She seems
her husband.
Ryan's a nice guy.
At the beginning, everybody thought that Ryan was a total douchebag. And now we love Ryan.
It was definitely a learning curve with Ryan too, because I think in the beginning he did a lot of things that he shouldn't have done, as far as just like being on social media, commenting back,
Right, he
DMing
was, like,
people.
getting in
Like he was
there.
too
Yeah, it
involved.
was too much,
And I
yeah.
think he realized like that's not the way to support her. And so I feel like he acts appropriately. You know what I mean?
Totally.
He's like there for her. He shows up at stuff. He's kind to
Right.
us, but he's not
Right.
all over social media. So now he's great. I see him at the gym all the time.
That's funny.
Carmela, I tell you, that girl, she's funny.
I'm choking. Not in a good way.
She's got this little spitfire, kick in the pants attitude. And yeah, if there's any sort of brawl, I want her standing next to me.
Obviously, you started a little rocky with Carmela. I didn't mean to. It was actually your fault that I started rocky with her.
Why is it my fault
Because
again?
you're a bitch and you told Carmela what I was saying about her.
Thank you so much for the bag. That was so generous. I thought it was beautiful. But I will tell you, Jean has been very vocal about it.
I need to know, like, what was the
You want to know
motive?
what was going on in her mind?
What is going on?
You want
in
to know what the intent was?
And I feel like as soon as I got to spend a little bit of one-on-one time with
Well, that's what
her,
you're supposed
our
to do.
relationship quickly turned around and got on track. So
I do like that about Carmela because she doesn't hold
These two
grudges.
gotta
Like, she
go.
just
I like Emily,
moves
but these two
on
gotta go.
easily, which is nice. That's how it should be.
yeah, that is very
I think
refreshing.
She rubbed me wrong right from the beginning. She doesn't live in Orange County, just like Heather doesn't live in Orange County.
I like her.
One of the things that I love about her is the way she is with her kids. She's got such a great relationship with her kids. Her kids are fantastic.
I like her
I
kids
just
too.
feel like she seems to me, not knowing her that well, the kind of person that puts herself dead last. And I get it, and that's what happens.
Oops.
You know, we have a lot of kids, we understand that. And I think by doing the show, it might be a small step of putting herself
I think
first.
it's the best thing for her.
I do too.
You're such a girl's girl. And you definitely have the vibe that if you are succeeding, it's not like grab your hand because you want to pull people down. You are like, grab my hand because I want to pull you up.
Well, thank you for that. And I mean, I do feel like out of all the things in life, I love my kids and I love my girlfriends. Like, and during the hardest, most difficult times in life, like
I like Heather's chest.
times where I felt like my entire life was falling apart, I've been blessed and fortunate to have really great friends.
I would say right now, I feel like truly, if I needed something and I called any of my girlfriends right now, anybody would say, okay, what do you need? And that feels
Agreed.
good. Agreed.
How's your guys' friendship start?
We were trauma bonded.
I think Jean and Emily started the same year.
Season 13.
Season 13.
You put us with
Everybody who didn't like us.
Shannon, Tamara, Vicky.
And no one would talk to us really. And if they did, it wasn't nice.
I really don't remember either one of them coming on.
You know, even with Vicky, it's like Vicky didn't like me.
When I first met Gina,
she said she
had gotten a DUI, she filed for divorce. I mean, she was a hot mess.
And then she liked me. But the problem is there was no reason not to respect me from the beginning.
She was a lot younger than me, and I really didn't understand how she got into our friend group. Now I do. She's very refined. She's got a great husband, boyfriend, fiance. She's come to me with questions and advice. So solidifies who she is and how she wants to grow. I like that she respects me.
But like me and Shannon didn't like each other.
Not the greatest start. Apparently I'm an open book of bullshit.
That for sure is the relationship for me that is the most drastically different.
We've come a long way, and I do like Gina.
It was a rough start.
Carmela, this is a weird gift. This is it. It's a weird gift. To me, in isolation, each of these items is weird. And together, I'm like, who the is Carmela?
But I do think Gina's a good person. And I think we've gotten to a good place. I probably know her the least out of everyone. And so I'm just looking forward to getting to know her better.
She helped me with the real estate, the house that I rented that I got evicted from. And she was pissed at me.
Jen, this is real.
It's real for me too.
And I can't even believe you won't even let me talk. I'm not going to do it. She won't even let me talk. She's a joke.
She told me how she felt. We got through it. And like, she's been a great friend. I don't ever have to question where I sit with Gina. She's a great mom, super involved with the kids.
Yeah, she's
I love
hardworking.
And I love her story. I love her whole comeback.
I kind of look at Gina from a motherly perspective. It's like, I'm proud of her.
And her whole life has changed.
For the good, though. I think especially the hair, all for the good.
Like you, I'm so proud of her. We bonded, both being from New York, but sometimes I feel like she's looking to have a problem with me.
Emily and Gina are both like that. They're looking for the next big problem.
Yes.
So it's kind of hard because sometimes when you get into it with her, then she needs to have this whole wrap-up moment. And in that wrap-up moment, it's basically about her being right and you being wrong. That is difficult to kind of navigate with Heather. And sometimes that is frustrating for me too, because I feel like I'm the one who was offended or affected or hurt, but I feel like somehow we always reroute to I'm
And then
wrong.
you're apologizing?
Yeah, I'm apologizing. And I don't get how it happens.
I find Emily to be one of the more difficult people to get close to.
Emily and I did not start out well.
Like, if you want to meet my husband and then you have an issue with him, like, you can take it up with him. You know what I mean?
I don't think I did anything wrong. Everyone was making comments, but I was going through my divorce. So focusing on new friendships is not my priority. But today, Emily and I laugh. And, you know, I wrote a piñata with her. I'll never forget that.
I mean, I pretty much brought her into this group. I hired her to do Ava's baby shower. And then we got on and then we just didn't really get along. And then we did.
She was so awful to you at the beginning.
She gets pissed. Like, she becomes like a freaking animal. She becomes like Shrek.
I think it took a while for Tamara to have respect for me, but I feel like Tamara respects me now. And that means a lot to me because I feel like she respects me in our field at iHeart and doing podcasts. She knows that I do a really good job. And I think she respects, you know, me as a mother and my relationship with Shane and then me as a friend. And so it's grown a lot. I was so skeptical of Emily because she reminds me of my ex-husband because he was an attorney. And so anytime you get into something with Emily, she's going to go fact finding. And I'm so not a fact girl.
Intimidating.
It's intimidating.
So Jen's
I have come to love her so much. I find her to be such a good mom. And she's a good friend. She checks in like Emily's and she's a good hang.
She is very easy to hang with and get along with. And I was a little bit nervous because my first dinner with both of you, I did feel like, whoa, she asked a lot all at once.
She does. So are you married? How did you end up in California? What do you mean working for Playboy?
I really feel like I've connected with her and I feel like we're in a great place.
Emily, I like. She's always called me Queen Victoria. I've never really gotten super close to Emily. And I feel like she's a little guarded. And I think sometimes we guard ourselves because we don't want to get hurt or we don't want to get vulnerable. And I know I guard myself a lot because I know anyone to not like me. So I'm like, okay, well, if I show them all of me, either they're going to love me or hate me. And that's a shitty way to live.
I don't know if it's the way like maybe Emily was raised. She's talked about it a lot. She's not always warm and fuzzy.
Right.
And then I'm like, does she like me? Does she not like me? Like, I'm always questioning that. And then other times she's so sweet. So I just get confused.
I get confused too. I feel the same exact way. We will have really lovely heart-to-heart conversations.
I've worked so hard for the past like 15 months to lose weight.
I thought I was giving you a starring role. I'm so sad that you feel that way. I love that side of Emily. And then there can be like a full switch where you go, I don't know who you are.
I feel like I act towards Heather the same way I act with you in our relationship, but Gina takes it differently. Like if we have a tiff, then we can
come back around quickly and repair it and it's over and we move forward. You know, that night at the winery when she says I was being a bitch or whatever, it was really her. It wasn't me.
Have more confidence about
How can I when I call you 3 days in a row and you won't even call me back?
Emily, I'm pissed at you.
I don't give a I'm pissed at you.
You don't have to
I'm pissed at you.
We all know that, Emily.
Agree to disagree.
But there were other people in the group that were like, we feel like you and Gina got over that so quickly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but that's how we operate.
Because
I mean, we operate like that.
We love each other. She literally feels like family to me, like sister.
Okay. Cute. I love that was the after show, but so nobody's here. What else? What are we gonna talk about? I thought Dustin was coming up. Oops. What's this after show from? Oh, it is an after show. Let's watch that now. Happy Friday. Nobody's here, but happy Friday. Maybe I should hashtag some stuff.
Why is there only one chair? Shannon said when she did it, there was an empty chair. I couldn't do it last week because I was in New York for 3 days, got home and had a fever and was super tired. So I had Shannon do it all by herself. She was not happy with me, but I couldn't help it. I couldn't make it.
Bye, Vicky. Adios.
I definitely consider Shannon one of my very best friends.
For sure, I'm closest to Vicky. I mean, we pretty much speak daily.
I don't get to see Shannon very much because I'm working. We talk a couple times a week.
Vicky's like my older crazy sister that drives me crazy. She's fun. She's a good time. Even when she's putting somebody down, she does it in such a way that you laugh.
You need to go away. You're a little girl. You need to go away and get a big girl job.
Braun win, boring win. Right, but that's a problem because then
She gets away with everything. She gets away with everything. The hard part for me with Vicky is that there's a lot of double standards. She was mad that I went on page 6 and I was saying Vicky's vodka, Vicky's diamonds. She was like, how dare you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I've always supported you. I think you're an amazing self-made woman. But you go, oh, maybe she made all that money from her Emmy-winning acting career.
Heather's an actress, so maybe it's her Emmy Award acting that got her all that money.
So that's okay.
Well,
but I can't make fun of Vicky's diamonds.
But that's hypocritical.
Right. This is my point.
The year that me and Shannon went at each other, Vicky was sidebarring with me, agreeing. So put that out there.
Interesting.
With Vicky, she didn't respect me.
Gina, you need to shut the flip up.
And now she respects me.
I've really come to love Gina. I definitely see a little bit of myself in her. She's a go-getter.
She doesn't like new people.
I think we need to stop saying that.
But it's true.
You're the new girl.
Hey, honey, just so you know, because I'm the new girl doesn't mean you get to tell me to shut up.
How do you not know in your home if you have air conditioning or not? I just don't know if she's working on all 8 cylinders.
As he saw me, he was like, that's my wife. Never loved
Vicky's 60-something years old.
No, she needs to get over it. But
Get over it.
I agree with you, but it is what it is.
Vicky and I are Aries. We don't like change. We don't like new things.
When I met Vicky, I loved Vicky. I thought she was the most caring. She had a motherly vibe about her. She always spoke about her kids, her grandkids. She's very strong in her faith. And so when it was like, when Tamara and Heather and Gina and Emily were like, oh my gosh, Vicky's going to come back and hang, more with all of us girls, I could not have been happier. And then to see the dynamic that Vicky has with you for no reason.
She doesn't know your name, but
It's Carmella. What's her name? Carmella.
Carmella DeVille.
Carmen's a bitch.
Carmella's a bitch?
Vicky's the queen of conclusions.
Yes.
She always comes up with these like big conclusions about people, but you can't figure out how she got there. You know what I mean?
Well, the problem is they're usually wrong. Like she said to me, I literally had no moral compass. I'm not in a bad place. I'm in a good place.
So you don't have a moral compass inside your soul.
shouldn't say she doesn't have more.
And I would argue I have one of the strongest moral compasses out of our group. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. That's more interesting Jack stuff. So it looks like he did it first. Jack's text Brittany. Oh boy. Is it all like, all right, let's see something. Okay. So this is, I guess, a new thing. Oh boy. He is such a piece of shit. Let's see. So. Oh boy. Brittany says, okay. Jax sent a message dated July 15, 2026, reading, "You have been warned. I will call police for trespassing. And again, my son is signed up for camp and going to we rock the spectrum. You are not my boss. Grow up and leave me alone. You are sick and will never change. This prompted Jax to reply, wait. So that was Brittany sending a message. Okay. Are you threatening me? That sounds like a threat. Brittany responded, this is not a threat. This is my home. I am advising you. I do not feel safe or comfortable with you stepping foot around me or my property. Pickups will be done on the street through third party. She continued, after you banged, cursed, and screamed in front of my son at my front door, I no longer feel safe with you on my home property, and I am advising you that doing so is trespassing. Jax then replied, plan on the state dropping by twice a week. Wow, unexpectedly. I don't feel comfortable with your alcoholism and animal droppings to be left the floor for my son to step in. Brittany has also requested a restraining order against Jax. Wow, and her request was granted by a judge. Wow. So this happened on 7/15. Then she went for the TRO and then also used evidence of the previous incident to help obtain. I hope so. I hope. Wow. Damn. That's crazy. What? He physically attacked her? A judge has granted Brittany Cartwright a domestic violence temporary restraining order against Jax Taylor amid their ongoing divorce case, according to court documents. The order filed Thursday in LA Superior Court requires Jax to stay 100 yards away from Brittany. Brittany also requested the custody of their 5-year-old son, but that request was denied. Wow. Brittany alleges that Jax threatened to kill her and told her he would gut me like a fish. She also claims he physically attacked her, threw furniture at her, causing injuries. According to her declaration, Jax allegedly broke 3 of her iPhones, an iPad, and other property in her home. She further alleges that Jax accessed her iPhone messages, her Instagram account without her consent, deleted messages from her phone, and took her $70,000 wedding ring, which she says he refused to return. Brittany also claims Jax threatened to make false accusations about her publicly and shared private messages about their son on Our Family Wizard, a platform used by co-parents. She alleges that Jax repeatedly called her derogatory names, both privately and in public, including in front of their son. Brittany also claims that Jax used discussions surrounding child and spousal support to pressure and demean her, allegedly telling her she had been living on his dime and would now have to pay him support. Wow. What a fucking loser. I remember that. This is when they were together and he was an addict. They haven't been together in 3 years. And he's not sober. Wow. What are these people saying? So these people are pro Jax. Wow. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Do you see these people's comments? Wow. Wow. People are so stupid. Cut you like a fish is such a southern saying. No, it's not. It's fucking people in Jersey say that, you dumbass. Oh my God, he's horrible. Oh, there's more. There's more. Oh, we can actually see it. Oh, okay. You're right. Oh my God. Oops. Well, let me swipe it. Maybe it's down here. Damn, dude. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, right. Nobody tries to sabotage your life but you, fuck. He's such an asshole, dude. What the fuck?
OnlyFans right now.
Why?
Okay.
What did you think I was going to do? Come in here and not mention the OnlyFans after you called me a bitch and a? Did you really think I was going to play nice with you? Did you really think I was going to come in here and be what? Above it all?
You are a mean woman.
You asked for it.
No, I did not.
Well, then you shouldn't have come up into her house acting like a bitch, and then
Well, you
wouldn't
shouldn't
be
have
here.
acted like a bitch.
What, 4 years ago when nobody remembers?
Mm-hmm. Look at these.
I think it's great. I just want to know who's more profitable, you or Sammy?
Oh my God. Remember that, guys? Wait, was I sharing that? Was I even sharing it? Oh my God. At this point, they both, Jackson and Brittany are yeah, no, but it's Jackson fucking should not be threatening her. He shouldn't be coming to her house screaming and doing all kinds of crazy shit. You know what I mean? Like and then like, I don't know what. I don't know. She should have never wanted to marry him. Like, it throws me off when I remember that she wanted to marry him a year prior to this. I'm not marrying him, have another baby with him a year prior to this. You know what I mean? Like, what is wrong with her? Like, I know that she's insecure and she literally just had no choice but to leave it, but like, she should never have had him in that house as long as he did. She did. Sorry. Hold on, my pharmacy for my cat stuff. Sweetie, blah, blah, blah. Yes, okay. We gotta get back to the vet. She's gotta get blood work done, and so does Mr. Man's not feeling good either, guys. So not happy. All right. Where I saw that. I don't know what else is going on. She was, man. She really was. What else could we talk about? I know. Sterling, she's got like it's like a tooth thing. That's what's wrong with her. That was wrong with her last week. But I gotta take her back because she still has to get it removed. She has to get her tooth pulled. But they had to give her antibiotics and stuff. And like, I feel bad, her gums all swollen. She's been sleeping a lot. It just really upsets me. And then Mr. Man, I don't know, he's not eating and he's very lethargic. So we're taking him both to the vet, and I gotta go. So we gotta get Sweetie's medicine. And then Sterling has to get her mouth checked, her gums checked, my little babies. And Mr. Man, I don't know if he's got a blockage or something, but he's trying to eat now. And he's a little more active today, but it started yesterday, and I was like, shit. So we either go tonight. If I get done this and he doesn't look good, I would take him tonight. But if not, we're going in the morning. And like, I already went to the one like urgent care vet, but like that they don't do anything. Like, well, they do. They give her the antibiotics and all, but I just want to make sure that she doesn't have anything else going on too, just in case. And they all got their flea medicine, so they're all a little sleepy today. But like Sterling got this shot, it's plate, and then I put stuff on their backs today, the rest of them, and they all needed it. There's because the outside we never. Thank you. We never get to the point where we get to almost to fleas, but like that, I noticed the outside. I had to spray outside and do the outside cats too, because dude, I was just sitting in my yard and like literally I was sitting right in the gazebo and all of a sudden I could see the fleas jumping on my legs. So I was like, oh my God. And I don't have real grass. I have sand. And I spray out there. But it's been only going up to the 80s lately. And George wants me to close the pool. I'm like, dude, you're crazy. I don't like to close my pool until like October. You know, is anybody on Instagram watching? Says Lorraine. Hey, Lorraine. I was talking Real Housewives of Orange County, but what else can we talk about? What else is going on? Am I missing anything? Maybe we could get into Lindsay Nancy stuff, but I feel like I'm always talking about that. They're on verdict watch now. So they did closing arguments yesterday, and then the jury started deliberating today. So they're in there right now. So we could have a verdict tonight. I think it's gonna be a hung jury. To be honest, as much as the discussion is going on, I think that's what either they're going to be all not guilty by reason of not mental defect, and then not only responsible, or it'll be a hung jury. There's no way that 18 people are. They're not. To close the arguments, we're a little bit better. Like I'll be honest with you, the Commonwealth they abandoned their theory from the beginning that they had from the beginning. So them changing their narrative, it doesn't look good. But I mean, the state could see. I mean, I'm sure the jurors could see right through it because they were so not sympathetic the entire time. They were trying to say she was faking suicide attempt. She wasn't really sick, and she wanted to get away from her life. She tried to take her life, but she wanted to run away though. Not a good point. Either get worse. Let's see what else is going on. Probably am. You know? Said some gossip. Same. Gossip on I didn't watch her on Dana's live yet. I mean Kim's live. Yeah.
So more like a podcast than a quick video about tea, okay? Time code's in the description. Hi, you guys. So I made a mistake on last week's video. I think it threw some people off. I was actually covering episode 7, not 6. It looks like I did 6 twice, but actually last week's show that on the thumbnail says episode 7, that is correct. So and this week we're doing episode 8. Definitely like, subscribe, and hype the video. I could not believe how many of you love Lab Diamonds and appreciate the discount. So I learned a lot from you guys culturally, what's happening out there with people. Interesting. In the old days, it would be very different, but I learned. And I do want to say that a few people brought up that all diamonds are blood diamonds, and that just isn't the case. It's a small percentage. You can Google it. Okay. But anyway, we're moving off diamonds because not the most popular topic, just a very activating one, I guess. But we're moving off that now because Heather McDonald came for Shannon Bedore this week by having the RHOC producer Patrick go on her show with the same last name, by the way, McDonald. And Patrick, of course, is RHOC for a lot of reasons. I've done a deep dive on him. You guys know this, the kind of wild things about Patrick. But Patrick, came for Shannon Bedore publicly, and I did cover it maybe 2 weeks ago on my recap gossip dump. And Patrick this week went on Heather to spill all the tea. And of course, Heather having him on the show was a dig at Shannon Bedore for Shannon coming for her on Jamie Kennedy's show. So she kind of returns the favor with this show. And these are the highlights, what I liked about the interview with Patrick that I felt was interesting. And then we'll get into some more gossip and then the recap. Let's do this.
That got a lot of love too. And it was just a funny parody
so funny.
of how I feel like Shannon Bedore over the years. I think, and I've known her personally for many years, but I really kind of feel like she maybe unconsciously sort of became a caricature of herself, like an exaggerated version. And she found that this goofiness and tripping and falling was kind of easy to do and get the moment. And so I did this point of view. You go to the Shannon Bedore's acting school and I did this video and you commented.
Okay. So first of all, little digs going back and forth. Shannon said on her interview, she had met up with Heather on a few occasions at like some Bravo events, and she was nice enough to offer her to come to a USC game, I think with her family or get her seats or something like that. Shannon made it sound like she doesn't know Heather that well, but that, you know, she likes her and she's done some nice things for her. And she was surprised by this parody that seemed to make her seem inauthentic on her show, which of course would get the fans to not like Shannon as much as they usually do. Meanwhile, Heather is positioning herself that she and Shannon are friends and that she has some sort of insight into Shannon that maybe other people don't have because of her interaction with her, and that she, probably rightfully so, made a parody video that Shannon is kind of leaning into this clumsy Lucille Ball kind of routine, let's say. I think it's kind of a Lucille Ball, wouldn't you say? Anyway, if you guys don't know who she is, you better Google it because you should know. So that's a little like back and forth. And what this should remind you of is Kyle Richards and Dorit Kemsley, right? And the way they attack each other. Kyle's like, she's not really my friend. Dorit's like, we were besties. And that's the same dynamic happening here. I feel like there's a theme with this.
And
I was just like sitting up in Big Bear, like, like this is fun. And then like, I had no idea that, I mean, that comment, it definitely like, it got, there was like 3 articles about it. You know what I mean?
So the comment was basically,
now that move right there was Patrick trying to pretend like he doesn't care. He just threw this comment up. Let me tell you something. The last time Patrick threw up a comment, it got a lot of attention too.
Yeah.
This is not the first time Patrick has commented on something and the fans went kind of nutty over it. So this little thing he just did there was like playing a little bit of a game, right? Because he knew damn well this would get a lot of attention because he's an ex-producer of Bravo, Real Housewives of Orange County, and he's blacklisted by the network. So people are going to pay attention.
You said, it's most wild to see her go from absolutely losing her shit, yelling, screaming, and cussing at the producers and crew right before the cameras turn on, and then she instantly clicks into this tired old performative shtick. One of the most miserable and narcissistic housewives across the entire brand. Pretty harsh, but I kind of want to hear why you think that from when you like worked on the show. So this was one of the Real Housewives OC seasons you worked on. This was just this past one. This was 18. No, so this was 2 seasons.
Oh my God, the shade. So Heather is saying like, oh, I don't want to drag Shannon because that would piss off Shannon's fans. So I'm just going to be like, I don't know, that was a little harsh, but let's hear it. Let's talk all about it. Now let it rip, Patrick. Tell me all the dirty stuff you have on Shannon. And now Patrick is dying to spill. So he's going to give it to us straight.
There was like a scene where we shot where there was leftover food and like she was going to throw it away and she let me take it home. Yes. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you for that chicken. It doesn't change the fact that you are also like a really horrible person to most of the people around you. And when she's doing the interview with Randy from Scream 2 and defending herself from what I said, and her next breath, she's then defending herself from someone else that she had like mistreated or something that had spoken out about her that very week.
What it sounds like to me is that this sounds like what you would hear about a regular actor that like loses their shit and they're like, I'll do it live, you know, like,
right.
So I'm kind of curious how this can happen in a reality show.
It was wild. I mean, look, I have a lot of empathy for anyone who's going through a struggling time, especially while shooting one of these shows. And I will be the first to validate her complaint that it was absolutely diabolical of them to add Alexis Bellino to that show.
I agree, by the way. Diabolical, not overstated.
Okay, this woman had just like drunk drove, got a DUI for driving her house into a car.
You mean her house into the car? That's a hard thing to do. No, Heather corrects him. I do things like that on interviews too, so... I can relate, Patrick.
A car into a house.
Driving her car into a house, correct.
I think it was a curb.
The other way around.
I think it was a curb.
Nevertheless.
Street.
Okay, Heather trying to throw Shannon a bone because he's now compounding that Shannon's a narcissist in the story to also, by the way, she's also a drunk who drives into people's houses. Now, Heather turns around and is like, no, you mean that she hit the plant potter of a house, trying to, be specific. But then everybody agrees that we're going to say property. Now, Heather's been sued with Shannon and Tamra Judge from people that she's talked badly about in the past. And she's probably worried about Shannon, right? Because Shannon's schooled pretty well in this. So she's being really careful in what she says and how she says it. Patrick, not so much.
She just got a DUI with her dog in the car.
Yes.
Driving into someone's property.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
True,
and
hey, guys, the shade. Do you see him intentionally reminding everybody that the dog was in the car? Yeah. Because he knows Bravo fans love their dogs. This guy's ruthless.
It's, not the first time she's had issues with alcohol.
Right.
And I'm sorry, it's just like, it was awful of them to put her on that, to put Alexis to add onto that. I totally agree with that. Like,
I know how diabolical things like that are.
OC specifically loves to terrorize their cast. You know what I mean? And her specifically,
Oh, really? Do tell, Patrick. Tell me about Alex Baskin and how he especially wants to terrorize the Real Housewives of Orange County cast members. That's interesting to me.
Shannon is a fascinating case because it's one of the most fascinating cases of like Stockholm syndrome I think we've ever seen on reality TV because she hates that show. She hates doing the show every fucking day. She's like resents the fact that she has to be there, but she loves being famous. She loves the perks that come along with that. And she loves the check, obviously.
Imagine that, Patrick. Look what you're doing right now. Okay. I mean, I'm kind of trying to think to myself, you guys think that reality TV is any different than YouTube? Who doesn't love fame? Right. Please.
And not only that, but she needs that check. Like she needs it. Yeah. And so she offers her.
She does need it per Vicky.
Up to do that. And they also protect her. So they don't show her at her very, very worst because there's footage of Shannon that is much worse than you've ever seen.
I know it was on the show, but let me see.
Seen in case because it's
I remember thinking
I totally agree
with that, Patrick. Look,
footage of Shannon that is much worse than you've ever seen on the show. And they don't show that because they have to like so protect her. So
not Patrick. Look what you're doing right now. Okay. I mean, I'm kind of trying to think to myself, you guys think that reality TV is any different than YouTube? Who doesn't love fame?
Right.
Please.
And not only that, but she needs that check. Like she needs it. And so she offers her.
She does need it.
Family, 30,000 in Ubers a month. 37. Oh, that is a lot. That's a lot. Wow. Wow. I hope she makes a lot.
For Vicky.
Up to do that. And they also protect her. So they don't show her at her very, very worst because there's footage of Shannon that is much worse than you've ever seen on the show. And they don't show that because they have to like protect her just enough so that she'll come back the next season. Because if they show everything and make her look like an absolute monster and then the public completely turns on her, she's not going to come back. Because like, you know, there's only so much a person can take.
She needs to
okay, this is where I disagree. They don't give a crap about protecting Shannon to get her to come back. They care that if they make their character on the show, which is how they see Shannon, like property, look too bad, then they could lose a commodity that they're benefiting from on their show. And they don't want to lose a commodity. So they're like, we put a lot of money and time into Shannon Adore, and we don't want that person or character we've created to get hurt so badly that the fans don't want her anymore because it's really hard to invest in someone else to do that. So the longer you're on the show and the more they invest, the more they protect you in a way or balance that protection because they've invested in your character and they don't want to lose the character. Whether you quit or not, still going to continue on with or without you, but they know you're never quitting because no one ever does. So they're like, psychologically, we're never losing Shannon. So what we really have to do is protect the character we've created and invested money into, and so the fans don't turn on that character so much that they don't want to watch the show. More like that.
So they protect her a little bit. They show her being crazy, show her some stuff. Then they show her being funny. Then they show the boop a doop a doop. You know, her knocking the things over and everything.
Oh my God. Okay, all Patrick had to do was the boop a doop a doop, and I was like, "Oh, I had me at hello." That's my favorite part of the whole interview, right there.
I was watching Billy yesterday. Fucking Mary put a comment out there. I didn't realize she was in the chat. I was like, "Ew, bitch."
So they protect her a little bit. They show her being crazy, show her some stuff. Then they show her being funny. Then they show the boop a doop a doop. You know, her knocking the things over and everything. And then that gets the audience to laugh. And so they like her. And then that makes her feel good. She's like, okay, all right, maybe I can put up with it for another year. You know what I mean? Because there are those people that like that. But I think that like the mask has been.
Okay, just to say it to you, every year you get a pay bump, you guys. So she's not going, oh, maybe I could do it next year. She's going, okay, I'm getting a big pay bump. I'll do it next year.
Flipping, and people aren't buying that anymore. You know what I mean? Because it's coming through. You have like Joel Kim Booster going on a rant of what happened.
And he was the host of
Love Hotel.
Love Hotel.
And, you know, then he retracted and apologized later, which he was most definitely pressured to do.
Patrick knows a few things about pressure, doesn't he?
One of where, you know, he criticized her for behaving poorly.
Which is, when I heard that, I was like, every single word he said is true. I've seen her do it multiple times.
Right.
You had Katie Janela who filmed her, one of her meltdowns, right?
On like a photo shoot.
I think it was like, it was like on the cast photo, I think, which I was there that day. And Shannon was going crazy, going crazy.
What was she going crazy about?
Who knows? Really it was something. By that time, I had tuned her out. I didn't even go into her room.
So is it just like, let me just ask some questions. Is it just like a diva situation? Like she comes there and she's stressed and something doesn't fit or her makeup artist is late. Like what is it that for a regular person that's not Shannon would handle it in a more calm manner, but for whatever reason, she's like diva-ish. Is it like just diva behavior of a reality star?
Yes, it is. Okay. You want to
Here you go, Heather. This will help. People magazine reporting why Shannon was upset that day. Katie added that Shannon walked in with 600 bags and messy hair while yelling into the phone because that's what she does all the time. Tamara explained that Shannon was upset that she and Alexis Bellino, who is currently engaged to Shannon's ex, John Jansen, were scheduled to be there at the same time. As Shannon started screaming and cussing, Tamara claimed that Katie hung up a phone call with her husband to record the incident and proceeded to show it to Alexis. Can't blame Shannon for being upset about this. Can't blame Shannon at all.
The very first day that I shot at her house, we shoot the scene and like, you always kind of keep rolling at the end. You got everything you needed, but you keep rolling and see what they're going to do. And sometimes you get great moments at the end. And like, we had kind of gone through everything that we had talked about was going to be in that scene. And she's like, are we done? Okay, we're done. We're stopped. Filming should be stopped. No one's filming, right? You're not filming. She like looks right into the camera. You're not filming. And it's like, that girl, like we'll be.
He's a good storyteller. He really brings you in, doesn't he?
Just walk out of the room then, you know what I mean? And so she's like, I got to go to dinner. I'm having dinner. So then she gets on the phone. She calls up some restaurant and she's like, hi, hello. Yes, this is Shannon Medora from the Real Housewives of Yes, I'll hold. Hi, yes. This is Shannon Medora from the Real Housewives of Orange County. I need to make a reservation. We're going to be there in 30 minutes for a table for two. And for the love of God, do not put us in the front table again. Everybody was gawking at us the last time. Please put us in the back so we can have a nice dinner. Like, this is like I was like, the fact that she introduced herself as Shannon Medora from the Real Housewives of Orange County, not once, but twice on like a 30-second phone call. I was like, yikes. Like,
all right. So let's be clear. When you go on the Real Housewives of Orange County and your first day in the sense of like it's coming out publicly that you're going to be a part of the show, you get a call from a producer usually where he might see you on like one of the filming locations. And the first thing he says to you, are you ready for what's going to happen to you? Now, Patrick knows this to be true. They'll say that. They know that when you become part of this franchise, it's like being casted on Marvel. There's a fan base that is obsessed. And overnight, you will be super famous with people who are into Bravo, period. And the gamut of fans, whether it be famous people like A-listers or whether it would be just regular folks, right? So Patrick's being a little disingenuous here because number one, Shannon will get gawked at and she will be approached at a restaurant. She is leading with Real Housewives of Orange County because she's been trained by people that the biggest accolade of her whole life has been being famous on that show. So what else are you going to lead with? I'm David Bedore's ex-wife, my failed companies. That's a good one because she doesn't want to be bothered by the fans and she can't get away from it. So I think he's being a little unfair. All right. And let's now see Patrick after this interview that got like 40,000 views. I think he's going to get recognized. He's been on Bravo a few times. Has that changed his life being a porn star? Maybe an award-winning porn star. Which, by the way, I have no idea what that means even. Like, what does it mean to be an award-winning porn star? Like, fuck good.
And see her move through the world like that constantly.
Like Tamara, who's been on longer than she.
Oh my God,
18 years, whatever. Who is, pretty professional. I've heard, easygoing with the crew. Also, I do think she's a producer's delight. She will bring it when it has to be brought. Yeah. She will make herself look like a bitch if that's what the scene needs.
Yep.
Like, I get all that. But the stuff that we don't know, because it's confusing, because this whole season is them talking about their friendship, and it's extremely boring as a viewer. But I'm guessing over the layers of years of things that this probably is one of the things, as someone who doesn't treat the crew like that, but is a witness to it, that's going to put cracks in your, Dos Amigos friendship.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look, I don't agree with a lot of the things that Tamara does on the show, but in real life and working with her as a coworker, she's like lovely. She's a delight to work with. She's very professional. She shows up on time. She says thank you. She she treats people with respect. She's talking to the young girls that are like PAs or whatever. You know what I mean? She's like chit-chatting with them.
She learned that from being a manicurist.
Yeah, she's not like that. And she's most of the time she's like kind of melting down because of some crisis that she's going through. But granted, like I said, I have empathy for what she was going through. I filmed this season. That's what she said with Randy from Scream 2. She was like, he was there during this season where Alexis Bellino was on, and granted, yes, I thought it was fucking crazy that they brought her on.
I guess the excuse would be it wasn't just bringing an ex-boyfriend's new girlfriend onto the show.
Right.
Alexis had been on before, had a relationship.
Yes, but there was never a conversation to bring Alexis back until she was with John Jansen. And they knew that it would absolutely terrorize Shannon and they would get great TV out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow. Did you hear that? Ooh, I missed that the first 3 times I heard this. LOL. So Alexis Bellino was a non-runner. They had zero
Yeah, we knew
interest in
that.
her except for Shannon's sake, to upset Shannon, to be a nuke to Shannon. So she never had a shot at being on that show long term. They didn't want her. She was only there for Shannon. Ooh, that's going to make her feel like shit.
The expense of her mental health.
To give Bravo a little bit of kudos, because I was ready for them to be so diabolical that they would bring on Leslie Bedore. I was like, when's that going to happen? And I have to say, at least they didn't do that.
Yeah.
Because that would have really come out of nowhere, because she's not friends with the other cast. She wasn't a former cast member. Like, it would truly just be like a cruel thing. But I think that Leslie and David's relationship is so up and down, and I don't think she was ever up for it. But sometimes I would see things on social media that look like she would have been totally down if they would have called.
Okay. Wow. Heather's being really coy. Leslie Bedore used to post things like, essentially, I want to be on Real Housewives of Orange County. God. Like, it was that blatant. She pretends to be a housewife in some of them. She's showing her lavish lifestyle in a way to try to catch the producer's attention. I mean, it was so blatant that she was asking to be casted. She's being really generous here. Just saying. Really generous. And the reason the producers, I think, didn't cast her is because I don't think David Bedore would let her try out. I think he was worried because they have court problems and divorce and abuse allegations a lot by most people's standards, even though they're public figures in a sense. And so I think he was like, I don't want this headache, even though he really was, per Shannon, obsessed with filming and the show when she was on it.
Leslie Bedore, his second wife.
Yeah, well, if she would have been down, I'm sure they would have done it. Because like they, with her specifically, they will do things like that.
Yeah.
And it's that's all fine. But there's been a lot of people that have gone through hellacious, crazy things on these shows, and they still like find a way to treat people with decency and respect, like the other people that they work with, you know?
So would it be like when you guys are filming stuff, and you could be called to Heather Dubrow's house to whatever, film her redoing her closet, or you have to be the producer that goes to Shannon Bedore's before a small dinner party that she's hosting? Was it like producers would be like, please don't give me that. Can I please have this assignment over here? That is
absolutely. There's so many on every Housewives cast. There's like, you got your good scenes and you got your bad scenes. You're like, oh, I have a day with Garcelle and Crystal. Like, fuck yeah. You know?
Now listen, he's going to not say, oh yeah, we'd love to go to Heather Dubrow's. He's going to say, well, that's a long trip away to drive down there to her. He's not going to give that bone. I think it's not just that it's a long trip to go see Heather Dubrow. I think the true answer to this question is he'd rather not go to Heather Dubrow's house and do the closet or go to Shannon's. Probably rather go to Tamara's house.
Absolutely. There's so many on every Housewives cast. There's like, you got your good scenes and you got your bad scenes. You're like, oh, I have a day with Garcelle and Crystal. Like, fuck yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or like you got a day with Shannon, you know, and well, Heather like doesn't even live there. So that's a trek because you got to go to LA.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Shannon, you get Shannon, a day with Shannon, you're like, oh God, I got to walk and talk with Shannon on the beach. Or you've got we're going to go get Shannon's breathalyzer installed on her car because
you had to do that?
Dude, that was one of the craziest times, like encounters I ever had with Shannon.
Somehow I feel bad that Shannon was put with Patrick, who's an ex-reality star, to have to do this scene, who is also a recovering drug addict. This must have been a challenge.
So that was I think it was like my second scene of the day. We get over to the garage because, you know, you get to these scenes like 2 hours before the scene starts. You have an hour of ESU. You're setting up, you know, cameras. You're setting up lights, kind of running through with the crew. This is where she's going to walk in. This is where they're going to have a little meet and greet. And then they're going to land here and have a conversation. You know what I mean? You map it all out, you know? And then when the cast member arrives, you kind of give them the layout of what you're going to do, where to go, where to sit. You're going to sit there. She's going to sit there. You're going to talk about this.
Okay, so you guys know they never did this in the early seasons. What he's describing here, this is a completely new thing. We did not have this happen. They didn't go in there and talk about this, and this. They might give you one like teasy thing, like, what do you think about talking about, or why don't you set up a meeting with lunch and do this? Or you'd say, I kind of want to say to Taylor that, and they'd go, oh, we like that. Let's do that, but never like this.
Ask them these questions. She's going to ask you questions. You're going to set up.
So it's really planned out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's.
It's not scripted, but it's planned out. They always say it's never scripted.
Sure. It's very much. You know what you're.
It would have been so much easier if this is what they did during my years.
Meeting about for coffee. It's you know, you have to talk about the upcoming trip or whatever it is.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's typically, you know, we get to this garage where Shannon is having a breathalyzer device installed on her car because it was court mandated that if she was going to be driving, she had to blow into the breathalyzer to make sure she hadn't been drinking before she got behind the wheel, which is very typical to, you know, when you get a DUI, or if you've had like multiple incidents and stuff. And first of all, I'm speaking as this, like, celebrated 10 years of being no alcohol free. You know what I mean? I got a DUI in my 20s, and I used to be a drug addict. I was a drug addict, in active addiction when I was filming that show, Fire Island, you know?
Oh, yes, he was.
I was high in every frame of that show. So I very much empathize.
Oh, yes, he was.
With someone struggling with something like that.
So let me just ask this.
And he sued Andy Cohen's best friend.
Remember?
That
I said that while we were
sober,
filming.
fit, you know, end this relationship that you were obviously fighting that night with your now ex-boyfriend and married to another woman.
Yes.
Like if she would have just removed herself. And that's where I feel that the addiction of fame,
honey, yes,
of these shows where you
Fame is
really
a hell of a drug.
really didn't pursue acting or any kind of famous work before you were cast in your early 40s to be on this show. It's like all of that combined with an ape type personality, narcissist traits. I'm not going to say everyone's a narcissist, but traits. That is where you couldn't, and the people around you couldn't say, hey, this is what's best for you. I know she's not rolling in it. I know she didn't do great from the divorce or whatever, but it appears that like she came from money and her dad is still doing great. And I don't know if like how desperate she is for the money, but I think it is the fame that made her go, okay, I will do this other humiliating, awful season. Like
1000%. It's the addiction to the fame and it's the money, like I said. So
If Shannon hadn't done that season, the fans would never let her live it down and there'd be no coming back. So this whole conversation is kind of bullshit.
Like she despises doing the show. You can see every time she arrives, she's like, you know, and then she has to do it because she needs it. So it's this fascinating case where like.
So do you think
honestly,
she is acting like just
oh my God! So let me tell you what happened at the breathalyzer place.
Okay.
So I'm there. We're setting it up. We're figuring. I'm talking to the guys at the garage. We're filming, and it's always like they're like, oh God, we're filming a show in here. You know what I mean? These are guys in a parking garage. You know,
yeah, they're not
auto
actors.
shop.
Yeah.
And so they're like always kind of like interested in what's going on. I'm like, and I'm kind of seeing. I'm just telling them what we're gonna do. Like we're gonna have her come in. We're gonna talk about it. We'd love to see her try to do the thing. You know, that's gonna start the car. And the guy tells me that like that's probably not gonna happen because this car that she bought, this brand new car that she bought, is not going to be compatible with this. So they weren't gonna be able to install it. This like super expensive Mercedes that she just bought. That's probably like, you know, let's be honest, probably out of her budget. You know what I mean? And she did not have the, you know, wherewithal to check to see if this would be compatible for this court ordered device that was going to be used to start a car. So I knew this, you know what I mean? But I'm a producer of the show. I'm not Shannon's friend. You know what I mean? Like you find out this information, but you're not interfering. Like
because in real life, she would take her new car and go to the place and find out.
Somehow, before Shannon was coming to the scene, she was at the DMV dealing with some kind of license issue.
Well, I mean, who wouldn't be in the worst mood ever after going to the DMV? Just saying.
because of the DUI, and the DMV was like giving her hell. So she's telling me, she's like, I'm at this DMV and they forgot to do this and sent me to the wrong thing. And now her friend that's with her, she's like,
I do this to total strangers. Never mind Patrick, the producer.
He's getting a text from the mechanic and saying they might not be able to do the breathalyzer. What the fuck is going on? And I was like, well, Shane, I don't know. You know, you'll find out when you get here. We'll see what's going on with the car. No. She's like, you're going to fucking tell me. Can they not put that breathalyzer on my car or not? I just spent fucking $60,000 on this car and I'm not even going to be able to use it. You know what I mean? Like going off on me. I'm like, lady, I didn't drive your car into a house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. But to be fair, the producers act like your confidant all the time. And so not all of them, some of them are just like, whatever, but there's a few that will act like your friends and maybe they really are your friends and maybe they're not, but you want to tell them your problems because they want that from you. And then it's hard to tell the difference between like, oh, I shouldn't take out my temper on this person, but I'm frustrated. I mean, I know a million of the housewives that have talked like this to their producers. Oh my gosh, Camille, about the way she was being depicted on the show back in the day on Beverly Hills. She was pissed at Alex. She was like, what are you doing depicting me like this? He got an earful because she was upset and rightfully so.
I'm just here to film you, film your life. You know what I mean? And I'm certainly not going to like.
I do think you should be courteous to producers, but I am going to say like, they're not that courteous to you. They set you up. So, I mean, you know, Patrick, I feel like the smallest violin in the world over this part.
Go check and do you a favor if you're speaking to me like this. And like, she just like her arrogance and audacity of like speaking to me that way was like, you go check to see if this is going to work or not. Because if it's not going to work, I'm not coming over there. If we're not going to be able to do this, I'm not coming over there. And so like.
Right. It's like you are
I'm like, essentially I'm the observer. I'm the observer.
Yeah.
I'm the observer. I'm not the participant.
This is triggering him because at one point he was a PA and this is reminding him of his PA days. And he's like, I'm not a PA, I'm a producer. And Shannon's talking to him like a PA. So that's what's really going on here.
Personal assistant.
As much as like as possible.
And I don't mean personal assistant, I mean production assistant.
Yeah.
You know, there's been times where you get pulled in, you know what I mean? A housewife swings a pole in your face or, you know what I mean? Or something, you get pulled in, you know, but I'm an observer. So I'm not going to go do that for you. So and I told her that multiple times. And she was like, I can't believe you're doing this to me. And then now I have to go film with Tamara tonight. I can't believe it. Like, she's just like unraveling. And so I was like, you guys, when Shannon arrives, she is going to be unraveling. I want cameras up. And I want a boom up because we're not going to have like be able to mic her because she's going to come in super hot and I'm going to film that. You know what I mean? And sure as shit, she did. That car came pulling up into the parking lot. We were outside, cameras up, ready to go. And she came, rolled the window down. Is it going to work or not? Is it going to work or not? Because I'm not doing this if it's not going to work. You know what I mean? And she's like yelling at me from the car before they've even turned into the thing. And I was like, oh my God. She gets there and she's like, is this going to work? Is this going to work on my car or not? Because I am not doing. And I'm like,
they should have just shot Patrick and Shannon's interaction and aired that and forgot everything else. Because I guarantee whatever that breathalyzer scene is, we've forgotten it. But this we probably wouldn't have.
We're going to find out when we get in. We're going to find out. Let's mic her up. Yep. Shannon, we're going to find out. It's okay. Calm down. She's like, don't tell me to calm down. And I was like, okay. Don't. And then like, and she's just getting more and more. And
okay, this coming from a guy who sued a production company over exploiting him. Yeah. And blackmailing him.
I was like, all right, Shannon, I'm just trying to get the crew to get their thing. And I'm like, going to back up and just let her go because I'm not going to like participate in this with her. And so I was like, yeah. Well, you're going to find out when you get in there. Yep. Well, I don't know if it's going to work or not. You're going to find out. And I was like, just calm down, Shannon. She's like, don't tell me to calm down. Stop telling me to calm down. And I was like, okay, let's just calm down. She's like, if you tell me to calm down one more time. And then she's like, you want me to go film with Tamara Judge tonight because every single one of you, when Tamara Judge says jump, you say how fucking high. And then I got to go film a fucking scene with Tamara, you know? And then so it was just like, oh my God. It's like, you good? She's like, all right, going in, Shannon. And she like turns to like go into the shop and she's just like, hi, I'm here to pick up my car. You know what I mean? And then she like turns it on and then like the guy's like, yeah, come back this way. And then she like cracks a joke and then she's like, oh, okay. And then she bumps into that little like the thing you were making fun of that like just barmy little like thing.
Yeah.
And then they're doing that because I told the guy, this isn't going to work. The people then, the breathalyzer people got involved because they were like, this is going to look like shoddy for us. Like the thing doesn't work. You know what I mean? And so they were very like concerned about the whole thing. And it was just like a fucking mess. So I was like, just fucking act like you're going to blow it in. Just if this were to work, show her if it were to work. You know what I mean? And so she ends up doing the whole scene and then they're like blowing the breathalyzer and everything. And I had hoped that when we left that, because look, I have like been around addicts who have lost everything, driven their cars, killed people, and they've taken accountability and they have gotten clean or gotten sober and they live a life of service and helping other addicts to not do the same things they did and stuff. And so, you know, I've been around a lot of people who've been so accountable for their actions, you know? And so I kind of hope that maybe like when she watched back,
I kind of don't care if someone's accountable if they kill someone on drugs and alcohol. I kind of like, yeah, you're screwed, buddy.
This thing of like how she behaved when she came to face the consequences of her own actions. The only reason she was there at that breathalyzer place was because she drove her car into the house. Like, you shouldn't drink and drive. Lady, you got enough money for an Uber. You know what I mean? So like take an Uber. Right. And so she did that. And she wanted to blame everyone else for this thing that was super frustrating and not going to work out. She wanted to blame me. I knew it wasn't about me. So, but she wanted to blame everyone but herself for what was happening there. And I think that that's the way she moves through the world. And that's why, although I have a lot of, you know, understanding and compassion for the addiction struggle and everything, I draw the line at like disrespecting people and just thinking you are above everyone.
Well, okay, so I don't like people who treat people with disrespect ever. But in this instance, we're talking about Patrick, and Patrick's a producer. And it's just not the same. His job is to deal with this kind of bullshit, honestly. And he's setting up talent in a way to fail, to look like shit, to be shady. Did you notice? We made sure to set the cameras and the boom up to get her when she was the most unhinged, in case Robin wanted to use it and make her look like shit. Yeah. Shannon knows this.
You know, it was Tamara bringing up the DUI and the alcohol a lot. And I think when we see the edited version of people as a viewer at home, it's kind of like
Tamara's being too hard on her.
Yeah, being too hard on her.
But she was telling the truth.
Yeah. Yes, right.
Dude,
so wait. Yeah. So we see that, and then but now this season is just chronically boring. And people aren't even like watching it to talk about it because it's like taking people like 3 times to get through. And I think I think they're all tired of doing it, honestly.
What do you guys think? Are you not enjoying this season of Real Housewives of Orange County? I have noticed the numbers are slightly less than they usually are. I mentioned that 2 shows ago. I noticed that the interest level keeps going up and down. And so like, it's not consistent like it usually is. It's taking people longer to watch the shows that are watching it on Peacock. Curious to know your take. I will read that in the comments. I can't wait. And, you know, what's your take on this interview? I think it's really interesting. There's a lot of different viewpoints you could take on this interview. So what's the real tea for me in this part? It was really that Shannon's jealous of Tamra Judge. And she was happy when she first got fired, and she wasn't happy when she came back. And she felt like it was a bit of a diss to her that she couldn't keep the show going without Tamra, and Tamra had to come back. And that is a deep-seated thing. That's at the basis of, I think, now the fight between Tamra and Shannon because of that tea that he said. Now I know, because I've witnessed this with other cast members I was around, Kyle Richards with Lisa Vanderpump, etc. So what I'm going to tell you guys is now we really know at the basis of this fight with Shannon, you know, where's the resentment coming from? And it's coming from the fact that she was happy that Tamra got fired. It vindicated her in some way. Then the producers bring Tamra back as though Shannon can't carry the show. And then Shannon ends up having to kiss Tamra's ass because production is basically saying we need Tamra. And Shannon resents it because it's like she couldn't do it on her own. And she cut off from Tamra, remember, initially when Tamra gets fired. It's only later when they start doing the live tour and Vicky steps in and kind of packages this live tour together that they all start collabing. And then, of course, that falls apart. So this is a real indicator of what's really going on between Tamra and Shannon off camera. All right, let's move on to Vicky Gunvalson. Let's first start out with what Vicky Gunvalson said about Terry Dubrow's bet this week that he made to her, that he would bet her a huge amount of money. I think it was $100,000 to prove that he inherited any money from his brother or otherwise.
Where he got his money. It was 2 years ago. I mentioned it. His dad's deceased, her dad's deceased, and his brother died. The money went somewhere. If he didn't inherit it, that's fine. I don't care. It was a loose comment 2 years ago on my podcast, but he's the one that keeps bringing it up. Terry, I know you work hard just the way I do. You have more money than me. I don't care. I literally respect you, love you, and I don't care.
Okay, so Vicky's kind of lost it because let's not forget that it wasn't on her podcast that she said it. She said it on the TV show recently on season 20. When they shot it, and then it recently aired in the last 2 weeks. So her acting like this was some long time ago thing she said is really bizarre because it just isn't true. And then it was featured on this show as a big plot point. So is she even watching the show? I wondered a little bit when I saw this clip, or at least at the point that she does this interview, that maybe she hadn't seen that episode. It was so weird. Vicky also got in trouble for her podcast because I guess she must have said something she wasn't supposed to. I don't know what that was. I'll look. Vicky in her last show said that she was so exhausted she couldn't film the after show with Shannon. She called in sick. She was feeling exhausted from the press tour. Then she said that Carmela rented a house for 6 months and then went back to her real life. And that's why Shannon stayed at her house, because it was vacant and she wasn't there anymore because she really only got the house for filming. And Vicky caught her in a bunch of lies, I guess, that we didn't necessarily see. And so Vicky got in trouble for saying all this on her show, although barely anyone watched her show. I couldn't believe how low her numbers were. I'm like, geez, I don't know why they brought Vicky back. She doesn't have any numbers. It's weird. But that aside, I want to throw Vicky a bone in one way. I would only like to film with people who are truly from my area that I could know or do know because it's real. And they are going to be like people from the neighborhood where we all hang out, and they're going to have the energy, the real one that we really have in that particular place. And when you start to bring people in from other areas that really don't live in Orange County, let's say, or Beverly Hills, or whatever your city is, it's going to corrupt the vibe of, the city, which is what you're kind of watching. Back in the day, it was a casting requirement for you to live in the place, and you actually kind of had to know the people. Right. And if you weren't in somewhat of a similar circle, they wouldn't bring you in. Brandy was the first character ever they brought in that wasn't really part of the group or from the area. And I mean, it did change the dynamic of the show. So maybe for the better for some of you, maybe not. I don't know. But the thing is that I think that's what Vicky is feeling like didn't work with Carmela, because she wanted the show to go back to its roots, which was her whole goal. And having someone from another city who doesn't get the energy of OC, or the women or anything don't even hang out in the places they hang out, is kind of counterintuitive to that. But she hasn't been able to vocalize that, and I don't know why. Oh, wait a minute. I found out why she got in trouble. Oh my God, let me play you this.
Just because seems to be some confusion and questioning online, there's perhaps about Andy / Bravo reaching out to Brianna to film, I'm assuming, for OC season 20. And Andy was, I know you and Andy have a joking relationship too. So he was like saying, I got to talk to her about this. Do you want to talk about that? And
Sure. So when Andy had seen me or called me, it was right when we started filming. He's like, we really would love to have Brianna on season 20. I said, I'll ask her. And so when I was talking to Brianna, she's like, not to put words in her mouth, but she basically said, Mom, I want nothing to do with it. I'm super happy here where I live. We live a very quiet, life. I got 4 kids now. Life is different than it was when I was on, 10 years ago. So when Andy talked to me, he's like, I don't have Brianna's current number. And I said, well, I'll give it to you. Maybe you can try convincing her to come on, because I really wanted Brianna to come on, and maybe she can come on as a bartender like Billy did, because the viewers loved Brianna, and she's such a great person. I raised such a great, both Michael and Brianna are great, but Brianna's such a great person. She's a great role model. She's 39 now, and she is financially secure. Whatever they were going to pay her wasn't important to her. So I might have said to Andy, basically lose her number. She says, even though I gave Andy her number, and I don't remember exact words, everything doesn't stick in there, but it might have been, don't call her, or after you called her, just lose her number. She's not gonna bend. But somebody somehow in the universe of Bravo gods decided to make this a big thing, and it's not a big thing. Brianna respects Andy. She talked to Andy the night of our Watch What Happens Live, and she's like, I never said that. And Andy's like, well, I'm really offended. And she's like, I never said that. And she goes, oh, Vicky, So somehow phone game, and it might have been me, might have been Andy, might have been Brianna. Again, it was 5 months ago. I don't remember exactly, but basically, lose my number. I'm not going to do it. So it's good to clarify it. She wasn't being mean. She just didn't want anything to do with it. Where Billy, on the other hand, wants everything to do with it. So
Billy said, drop a text and let me know when we're meeting, baby. Yeah.
So anyway, it wasn't to be mean. It was just putting her foot down, saying, I don't really want to do it. So
maybe kind of the sense where it's like, I'm telling you, no, it's not going to be one of those things where we talk about it 15 times and then I change my mind.
2 things on there really got Andy going. 1, her admitting her daughter doesn't want to shoot and the money's shit indirectly. 2, saying her son wanted to shoot when he actually said on his messages to fans he didn't, oddly. Then kind of having the story not match up with what Andy Cohen said, and basically confirming that her daughter said, lose my number, or she heard it that way from her daughter, and then sort of tripling down on it over and over again, which is not the narrative Andy Cohen ever wants out there about the show, especially from the OG of the OJs. Oh boy, that's why she got in trouble. Well, you guys, I'm doing my best. There isn't a lot of juicy tea happening on the OC front, but I am doing my best to, keep you guys on your toes. Some are winners, some are losers. What can I tell you? There's no low-hanging fruit anymore on this show. All right, let's start the recap. Okay, so first of all, we did get a tea.
My bestie, I messaged her and said, how come Shannon only makes 500,000? I love you too. Thanks for joining. She didn't answer me yet. But yeah, so much going on. So we're in jury. The jury is deliberating. Isn't that weird, Joy? What do you think's happening? You think they're all like, God, I cannot wait for juror fucking interviews, man. I hope they give them. I'm sure they will, but I get so excited. After the Carrie trial, I could not wait for them to do interviews. Because I just want to know, we always wonder, what are they thinking? What are they doing? What are they thinking during this time? We want to know. What was your thought? What was your... I know. Thank you, Robert. What were you thinking at this moment? Because we know what we were thinking. I wonder if they saw right through the bullshit. I wonder if they, what they actually think. I was trying to say this yesterday. So like, I don't think obviously she was acting out like as a criminal. I believe she mentally had a break. But I do have a little bit of like, maybe she did it. You know, I can't even go there. Like, I'm trying to think, like maybe she did do it because she really couldn't imagine leaving her kids without her, but she also couldn't imagine staying here anymore either. But I mean, obviously, you have to be out of your right mind to do what she did. So I have to say what I originally thought. Like, I do believe she had a complete disassociation with reality to do the way she did it. That like, to me, like, again, if she's going to do it out of selfishness, I would think she'd maybe give them medicine so they fall asleep and don't wake up or something. Nothing like terrifying. That's what fucks me up. Joy, did you hear about this case? It's in I think it's Ohio, and his name is he shot his 3 little boys in front of his wife. Ricky, maybe something. And dude, he looked crazy for like 2 days after that. Like, but yeah, he took like a shotgun to his 3 kids. I just heard about it. His name's something. I can't remember. But it's wild. Like, it just happened recently, I think. And and like literally you can hear it on the 911 call. Like, you could hear like the wife saying to her one little kid, like little son, to run for your life, like, dude. And their dad literally took his 7-year-old, 5-year-old, and 3-year-old and executed them, like, out of the blue. Just woke up out of the blue and did it in front of his stepdaughter and his wife, like. And like, I never got the full story on like what was his excuse, but he like went from remembering he did it to not remembering. Weird, fucking weird. I don't know if I found it because I was looking for, like, because Willie keeps telling me that I'm only seeing it from a woman's point of view, and I'm like, that's not true. I would say if it was a man, I would think if it was the same situation, I would give him a benefit of the doubt too, you know. And I found this case, but this is, his parent said he must have been crazy or something or lost his mind, but I don't know. Why do you plan on, like, he said he planned it for 8 months or something. It's wild. Like, I guess it happens more than we know. Like, with men and women, people gets what's it called, familicide. It's crazy, right? I don't care about your announcement, and it's on members only. So, just the tragedies. Members only. Oh, it is members only. I didn't know it's a member. She must have gifted me membership. Oh, she's gonna start with true crime. Okay, whatever. Like, I mean, to sit there and spend your time talking about Turtle Boy is kind of boring. Is stupid to me. So, I agree. Maybe you guys should do like Macchiato. She should be doing something other than talking about people that are talking about her. Like, who does a show just to talk about other people? Like, I never heard of such a thing. Like, until I started, like, I was like, what? People make channels to talk about other people, and then there's people talk about that. Like, what the fuck is happening? And I'm like, wow. And like, they started calling herself a journalist, Macchiato. How dare you call yourself a journalist? Like, this dumb bitch that Turtle Boy fights with, everybody kind of fights with her, literally went up to Lindsay Clancy's parents and apologized to them for making money off their daughter's tragedy. Like, you fucking weirdo, overstepping whack job. And then everywhere you go, like on our live stream, she's like, yeah, I run a live stream. I run a live stream. I have haters. It's like, please go away. I never liked you from day one, and I thought I was just being a mean girl. I was like, and then something else really weird happened. I don't know what she's doing, but all of a sudden I look at her fucking her late night thing, and her fucking background. She redid her fucking shit to look like I swear she's trying to be me. I don't know. Just saying. I mean, I was like, since when do you have that wallpaper? Like, wallpaper with the same fucking neon sign that says bunnies or some shit, and her hair pulled back like this. I look at my thing. What the fuck? I don't know what happened. It's making anyway. I took a picture. I was like, I showed George. I said, "Is this not weird or what?" Because this girl doesn't look. It's her back. I'd never seen this before, and then all of a sudden, she went from this fucking stupid office space that somebody rented for her. Nan rented for her because I don't fucking know. These people thought they were getting paid money to go on each other's show. It's so fucking strange. They're like they were delusional as all fuck. But let me show you the picture. It's like the wildest thing I've ever seen. I'm like, and I don't know if she's ever even, she had to have seen something because I'm like, this is weird. Oh, please tell me it's on here. Okay, every picture on here. If not, I'm just gonna go right to her thing and show you because I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at? I'm like, did she copy me? Like, is she copying me? Or am I crazy? Because it looks like you're copying me. And I okay, it's cool, but just say it right. I can't find that other channel. Everything should transfer over here, but it doesn't. You guys can't see this yet, right? Alright, hold on. Where you guys at? Let me get her channel and show you. You're gonna die. Like, I'm not, I mean, call me crazy. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But I was like, where did you get that idea for that studio? I mean, real. It's her, like, cover for her 24 or 24 or some shit. I don't know. Stupid bitch. I can't stand her. Who cares about you? There's nobody. Just like me, I'm nobody. And it's like, fucking, I have to pay money for Jolene to roast me on my 50th birthday. Like, my friends have to actually save the money to do that for me. I'm just saying. Hold on. Oh God, I can't stand her. I did. Okay, here. There's just this is just one of them. This one of them. Hold on. I like, what the fuck are you doing? You whacked up. Like, I swear you're trying to be me. Maybe not. Maybe not. So I don't. Where's like her black thing? Look at that. What is this? What is that? Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see, right? Does that not look like my back? Look at it. Do you see it? Do you fucking see it? Am I crazy? Does that not look like my background? Does she not put her hair up like mine? Is her hair not up like mine? What are we doing? Making fun of people? Oh, she is. Oh. Wow. Okay. You fucking weirdo. Trying to be me. Trying to be me. Trying to be me. When did you become me? Look at all these people that she that all hate her now. All these people dislike her now. All these people. So all of a sudden, right there is when you became me. You became me about 2 weeks ago. It's like 8 days ago or something. I don't know. Call me crazy. It's like you're trying to be me. You're doing my hair like, am I crazy? No. What would happen? I love you too. What happened? Oh, Joy, right? Joy pop. What happened? Who offended me? It's like, but I mean, she never had it before. Okay, all of a sudden she's got a damn thing, and then all of a sudden her hair is up like mine, and it's like, whoa, bitch, are you trying to? Just saying. I mean, I know I'm cool, I'm pretty, and I'm like prettier than you and everything. I'm cooler than you, Jess. I'm just saying. I'm definitely cooler than you. Just saying. Like, I get it. You want to be me? It's fine. But I only make fun of you because I didn't like you to begin with, and I didn't know why. And I was like, oh, Chris, you're just being mean. Don't say it. Because she was the Karen Reed thing, right? So I'm like, I thought, like, I gotta deal with her. And then I have to deal with her, like, whatever. I'm just mean. I'm like, why don't I like her? I just don't like her. I didn't like her. She's a wannabe. And then I found out a bunch of stuff about her, and then I really didn't fucking like her. I know I really, really don't like her. Like, I don't know what you're doing with your life. I don't know what you think you are. She doesn't. What content does she do? Nothing. Her content is talking about other people. Like, the people that don't like her. Like, Jolene Lunder makes fun of her 24/7. Like, big time. Like, fucks with her big time. It's funny as hell because it's just, she has been some really things. She's just really weird. Like, to go up to Lindsay Clancy's parents, things like that. Like, who does that? Who would ever fucking do that? I'm sorry I made money off your daughter's tragedy. Why are you apologizing to them, you whack job? They don't, shut up. They don't care about you. Do you think I cover it respectfully? They don't watch you. And if they do, like, shame on them. Like, I just, like, ugh, I hate this girl. I don't like her at all. I try. Then at Moons over Mahami, whatever. What? Moons are what? Moons? Who are we? Who are you? Who the fuck are you people? Go away or get some fucking podcast content. Get something. Do something. Please do something. Stop wasting our fucking space. You have a platform, fucking use it for something, you Moons weirdos. I don't know. I don't care about her. Yeah, I don't care about her. Yep. Mm-hmm. It's like, wow. People fucking what? I thought I did. Anyway, I'm talking about other people now. I'm bored. All right, I guess I'm gonna go. Nobody's joining us. I'm not even live on Instagram anymore. Why am I? This is weird. Why are my old all my old reels are popping back up? Like really old reels. I think I paid it. Like I might have. People should. I know. People should exactly. I feel like look at the numbers. The numbers are pretty good right now. It's mostly it's fucking haters on X. I'm not haters, I guess. I don't know. Maybe their content, maybe their comment. I don't know. All right, I'll stay on. I like maybe we should watch some spiritual stuff. I mean, that's what I'm gonna watch anyway. Let's see what's going on. Some spiritual stuff on YouTube. I mean, if anybody doesn't like, in the mediumship and stuff, you might not want to stick around. But can you guys still hear me? Okay. Why is Untrusted Tragedy still fucking live? Never mind, Krista, stop. All right, let's see. I just watched. Thank you. So the medium that I always meet with, Ginger. She didn't do this one, but she did. Remember the girl on the train? I mean, on the plane. That's not real. You're not real. She channeled her the other day because she's still alive, but she channeled her energy, a higher self. It was really good. I don't know if you guys want to listen. What is this? Update on Nancy Guthrie. That's 2 months ago. Oh wait, it's not live. Hold on. Okay. Tiffany Gomez was her name. Yeah, if you watch her now. Thank you. I'm I'm liking OC. Oh, I do, but I just something's wrong. What am I doing? I'm trying to. I didn't pull up on here yet. I'm at the right thing. Like I can't get into it, and I feel like really bad because I don't want to change my brand. You know what I mean? I've been doing this for so fucking 15 years. Well, I'm here for 5, but with the blogs and stuff, I've always been about Bravo. No, 15 years. What am I doing? Channeling Eric. So this is channeling Eric's channel. Eric is a 15-year-old who committed suicide, and he came through mediums to his mom, Elise, a long time ago, about 15 years ago. And they've been working through other mediums that belong to the channel. Medium, bringing him through, and helping other people. And they do a lot of other stuff, like people that get missing, people that are other like cases and stuff. But the one I wanted to watch with you guys, the Tiffany Gomez, I don't know if you want to watch it or not. She did Nolan Wells. There's no foul play, by the way. Spoiler alert. I already listened to these, so I don't know if you guys care. Lacey Peterson. Eric, that's her son, Eric. But Ginger's the medium I work with. She's teaching me mediumship. I have to make an appointment with her. I'm due for an appointment. Like once every 2 months I go. I don't know, there's a whole playlist of things to watch. I want to see part 2 with Tiffany Gomez. Let's see if you want to watch or not. Oh god, I thought you were going to tell me he died or something. Return to acting. Oh. Yeah. Joy can become obsessed with. I can become obsessed with finishing my thoughts, even my own. I always said, if you don't finish your own thoughts, or am I missing something? All right. Well, I guess not, guys. Guess we're good. Don't. Me too. Like, when I was thinking, I don't know if I said this before, but like, I didn't know that some people don't have an inner dialogue. Like, they can't hear their thoughts. Like, they can't hear anything in their head. Which to me, I have conversations in my head all the time. I don't know who I'm speaking with. You know what I mean? But like with myself, I think, right? So I'm thinking with Lindsay Clancy, maybe she was one of those people that never could hear her, didn't have an inner dialogue. And it then became an inner dialogue, she started to be able to hear her own thoughts. I don't know. But like, maybe that's what she confused in her intrusive thoughts as an inner, I don't know. I'm just trying to understand. I get stuck with why, like people say, why then, why that moment? There's probably other moments, but she probably didn't follow through with them. You know what I mean? But something made her, I don't know. Bottom line, they proved that she's not criminally responsible. I mean, she might say that she can't conform her behavior. I don't know. I don't think she could have, or she would have. Conform her behavior that the law, she would have done that. But also, she didn't plan on being here, so why did she care about lawfulness? Anyway, that's my opinion. 2 hours is good enough. Nobody's out in the interwebs right now. I mean, they are, but nobody's coming to see me. Fine. I guess I will talk to you all later. Oh, you were ready to talk to him. Yeah, I'm talking to myself. I'm not to myself, but I'm talking big. I went over to Jesse on Fire's channel real quick. And Heavy Duty Country. I don't know if you guys don't know who I'm talking about. He's over there. But he got in a fight with Andrew Wilson, who's the guy that went on the debate with Candace last week. Debated her over the Charlie Kirk thing. He went on last night. But anyway, I love you guys. I'm so sorry I'm late all the time. I mean, I guess we're gonna have to start sticking to 4. I'm just gonna say 4. I try really hard to get here, but I just really have a hard time procrastinating. All right, I love you guys. I'm gonna go check on the cats. See you later. I'll talk to you on the phone. Love you.